Alright, this is section 5.4. We're talking about dividing polynomials. Alright, this is the rundown or the steps of how you would do that. Instead of me reading these off to you, let me just show you how they do it. And you can refer back to this if you want to. Okay, so we're going to take this polynomial and divide it by this one. So I say that this one goes in what I call the box. And what you have to be careful on is making sure that your polynomial is going in descending orders and it's not skipping anything. So 2, 1, and x raised to 0. So it hasn't skipped anything, so we're okay on this one. That's something that you always need to check. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this look exactly like this right here. Now, I'm missing a 5 and I'm missing an x, so if I multiply it times 5x, that would give me 5x squared. So then I'm going to take this right here and multiply it times this 1. So that would give me 5x. And then I'm going to take 5x and multiply it times this x, and that will give me 5x squared. And that was both positive. Let me move this down just here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the signs. Okay, so this was positive, now it's negative. This was positive, now it's negative. So these will cancel, and then I have 3x minus 5x, so this will be negative 2x. Bring this down, so negative 2. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make this and this look exactly the same. So the only thing I'm missing is a negative 2, so if I multiply times the negative 2, they should look exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to take the negative 2 and multiply it times 1, and that will give me a negative 2. Then take this negative 2 and multiply it times this x, and that will give me negative 2x. Then I'm going to change the signs. Now they're both positive, and this completely cancels out. So for this one, I have no remainder. Okay, so my final answer is 5x minus 2. Okay, if we look at this one, I'm going to put 6x cubed plus 11x squared minus 31x plus 15. And notice it goes 3, 2, 1, and then 0, so that's fine. Okay, so I want to get this and this exactly the same. So I can multiply that 3 times the 2 and get the 6, and I'm missing 2 x values, so that would be 2x squared, and that should be the same. So I'm going to take this 2x squared and multiply it times this negative 2, and that's going to give me negative 4x squared. Okay, take this and multiply it times that 3x, and that will give me 6x cubed. Now I'm going to change the signs. This was positive, now it's negative. This was negative, now it's positive. These cancel out, and I get 15x squared. Bring this down, negative 31x. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this and this to be exactly the same. I can multiply that 3 times of 5, and then I'm missing 1x. Okay, so then I can take this 5x and multiply it times this negative 2, and that will give me negative 10x. Then take this 5x and multiply it times this 3x, and that will give me 15x squared. Now I'm going to change the sign. So this was positive, now it's negative. This was negative, now it's positive. Those cancel out, and I get negative 21x. Bring this down, so plus 15. Okay, so now I'm trying to make 3x and negative 21 the same. I can take 3 times a negative 7, and that should give me negative 21x because they both have x values. So I don't have to have a x on that one. Okay, so I'm going to take this negative x and multiply it times this negative 2. That will give me a positive 14. And then this negative 7 times this 3x, that will give me negative 21x. Now I'm going to change the sign, so this will become positive, and this one will become negative. This cancels out, and then 15 minus 4 is just 1. So this is my remainder. Okay, so our final answer will be 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. Okay, and then plus 1 over whatever this is right here. So we take our remainder and put it over this right here. So 3x minus 2. And this will be my final answer. Okay, now let's take a look at this one right here. So we have 16x cubed minus 12x squared plus 20x minus 3 and 4x plus 5. Okay, get these two exactly the same, so I can multiply that times 4, and I'm missing two x values, so 4x squared. Okay, I'm going to take 4x squared times 5, and that will give me 20x squared. And then multiply it times that 4x, and that should give me 16x cubed. All right, I'm going to change the signs. Okay, so those go away. And I get negative 32x squared. Bring down this 20, so plus 20x. By the way, we did go in descending order, 3, 2, 1, and x raised to 0. So that wasn't an issue. You need to always check that first before we start doing this. Okay, and then I need to make these two look the same. So I can take that 4 and multiply it times a negative 8. And then to get the extra x value, negative 8x. Okay, so take this, multiply it times this 5. So that will give us negative 40x. And then times the 4x, and that will give us negative 32x squared. Change your signs. That goes away. Here I have 60x. And bring down this negative 3. Okay, make these two look alike. All I need to do is multiply that 4 times a 15. Okay, so plus 15. Okay, 15 times 5. That'll give us a positive 75. And then the 15 times the 4x. And that will give us 60x. Now we need to change the sign. That'll be negative, and this will be negative. That cancels out and looks like I have negative 78 for my remainder. So we'll have 4x squared minus 8x plus 15 minus 78 over 4x plus 5. And that will be my final answer. Okay, now let's try this one. So we have x cubed minus 14x squared, so 3, 2, and then it goes to 100. Looks like it should be an x right there. Minus 2. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, that's fine. All right, make these two look the same. X squared. So that's going to be, I'm going to go a little faster on these, negative 5x squared and x cubed. Change the signs. That goes away. And we have negative 9x squared. Bring this down. Okay, so make these two look alike. So it looks like I need a negative 9x. Okay, so that will be negative 9 times negative 5 is a positive 45x, and negative 9x squared. Change the signs. That goes away. And then I have 100 minus 45, or 55x. Bring down that negative 2. Make these look alike, so plus 55. Okay, so 55 times negative 5 is a negative 275. And then 55 times x, so 55x. Change the signs. That goes away. And then 275 minus 2, 273. So x squared minus 9x plus 55 plus 273 over x minus 5 will be my final answer. Now let's look at this one. Okay, notice it goes from x cubed and then it goes to minus 126. So I need 0x squared plus 0x minus 126, and then x minus 5. Okay, so I'm going to make these two look the same, and I need x squared for that. Okay, so that's going to be negative 5x squared and x cubed. So I'm going to change the signs. That goes away, and I have 5x squared. Bring down the 0x. Make these look alike. So plus 5x. Okay, so 5x times negative 5 is negative 25x, and then 5x squared. Change the signs. Those go away. 25x. Bring down that negative 126. Make these look alike. So plus 25. Okay, so that's going to be 25 times a negative 5. So that's negative 125. And that will be a positive 25x. Change the signs. That goes away. That's negative 1. So my final answer is x squared plus 5x plus 25 minus 1 over x minus 5. Let me scoot that over just a bit. There we go.